Hello everyone, welcome to MES e-learning channel. Before a teacher starts her teaching, she or he should be clear with the content that they are going to present in front of the class, which brings us to our topic in this session that we are going to discuss about is content analysis. Okay, so content analysis is very important. So before teaching, we need to analyze what are the contents that we are going to teach or what are the things that we are going to present in front of the students. So it is just as you can see the words here, it is like whatever it includes in the content, it includes the meaning, significance, ideas or information, messages, all those things that we are taking up from a particular content. So meaning of content analysis is it is the analysis of the topic or content to be taught into its constituents or elements and synthesize into a logical sequence. Now you have chosen a content. Now you have to analyze it and then pick up the topic, or in the sense pick up the elements that you are going to present in front of the students. And when you do this, we say we are doing the content analysis. So why do we need to do this content analysis? The objectives are to carry teaching activity as smoothly as possible so that we know what are the things that we are going to present and there is a smooth transition or flow that is maintained. To ensure maximum output in terms of expected behavioral outcomes so that we know what are the outcomes we want at the end of the teaching. Then now let's understand the purpose of doing this. So it helps the teacher to arrange the content that needs to be concentrated upon. It helps to maintain a logical order of the concept. It is an organized framework which will help the teacher to structure the content. It helps teacher to strengthen understanding of the content. And it helps the teacher to set learning objectives for the lesson. So once your content is analyzed, then you know what is the objective for teaching. So what are the main things that you are going to focus on? What is the behavioral outcome that you would like to achieve? It ensures that the teacher is including all the necessary information and carries out related activities. So if the content analysis is done properly, then you know that what are the things that you are going to teach, and then you can accordingly plan your teaching learning activity. Okay, to help, it also helps to select proper instructional strategies. Okay. Then, so now you understood the objective and also the purpose of doing content analysis. Now let's understand the steps in content analysis. So first of all, breaking the lesson into subtopics which are meaningful. So you will identify your teaching points and then break it down to different points. So your teaching point should be identified correctly. Arrange the topics in a psychological sequence so that there is a continuity and a relevancy that is followed, and divide each subtopic into its elements. And also here it is possible to identify the relationship between the topics and identify text structures that is used. Okay, so text structure. So what do you mean by text structures? It is description, cause and effect, comparison, contrast, problem solving, sequential. So these are different text structures. So you have to identify what is a text structure that is used. So in content analysis, when you are doing content analysis in languages, suppose it is a prose, so about the author, teaching points or the plot of the story, characteristics, new words from that lesson should be picked, phrases that the students will be learning. So the phrases you will have to pick, and the grammar based on the text. So accordingly, you will plan and then do your content analysis while teaching prose. In the case of poem, it will be, you will again take information about the poet, central idea of the poem, new words used, figures of speech in the poem, rhyming words and rhyming scheme. In grammar, it will be your teaching points and then examples and generalization. So it is like inductive deductive approach that we have learned, right? So these are the things that you will keep in mind when you do your content analysis in language. Now in maths, science and social sciences, when you are doing content analysis in maths, science and social sciences, so you will again pick your teaching points from that. What are the facts that is there in that particular lesson, your content? What are the new terms that has been brought in? then what is the concept. If there are some definitions, then pick out the definitions. If there are some laws or rules, pick out the laws or rules, principles, and personalities, and again about illustrations. Cause and effect relationship is there, then you have to identify and pick it out, and then generalizations. So this is the way that you will do your content analysis for maths, science, and social sciences. Moving ahead. So when I'm saying a concept, so a concept is a mental grouping of similar things, event, and people that is used to remember and understand what things are, what they mean, and what categories or groups they belong to. So concept will have a meaning, right? So concept has a meaning, definition, characteristics, features, and attributes. So whenever you're talking about a concept, so these are the things that you will keep in mind. So concepts can be abstract and concrete. So abstract concepts are the concepts like in the example it is given here. So like democracy, energy, so these things cannot be seen and understood, right? So these are called as abstract concepts, whereas concrete concepts can be like, for example, animal and pond. And what is a term? Term is nothing but it is a word or expression used in relation to a particular subject. So each like in a lesson there will be some specific terms used. It is often used to describe something official or technical in that particular subject. And fact, the definition of a fact is something that is true or something that has occurred or has been proven correct. And generalization is a broad statement that like even when you give some examples, then infer the characteristics or similarities in those examples, and then we generalize, right? So it's a broad statement or idea applied to a group of people or things. It applies a general truth to everyone or everything in a group, simply because they are in that particular group. So this is about generalization. So these are the things that you will keep in mind when you do your content analysis. So a content which is properly analyzed is always easy to teach. So work on your content analysis properly and use it wisely in your classroom. Thank you for listening and have a good day.